River, you're okay, buddy? Hello. Hey, good boy, good boy. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome along. How are we doing? How are we feeling? It's Monday. We've got that Monday feeling. Look at the weather. This is what it's like in all directions for us here in Edinburgh today. It's very foggy. We're at the top of one of the hills that we love to come to. Over in the background here is the centre of Edinburgh. You can't see anything. Visibility is about 100 metres. And then we get sweetie. You're making my trousers all look like I've peed myself. Come on, look at this. Look at this. All courtesy of the dogs. Welcome along. Thank you for joining us. Again, I know that a lot of you will have only seen that part of the video because you're a subscriber to the channel and you watched the whole thing back. So good morning. I hope you've had a good afternoon. What are you saying, you donut? A good weekend. And welcome back to Monday, the channel. Welcome along. Welcome. Look at this. Over there are thousands of people going about their day. And we can't tell what any of them are doing from where we are. We're going to make the most of this. This is actually incredibly good conditions for the dogs, which we'll come on to talk about in a few moments. And also the fact that the weather is a bit rotten for your average punter. We've kind of got the place to ourselves because we are pretty tough. We're pretty tough. So good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome along. Wherever in the world you're watching from, whatever time of the day it is, welcome along to Crighton Pet Services live dog walk. I'm Stephen Crighton. You join me and my band of merry men on Monday the 13th of October. Goodness me, I'm getting tongue-tied this morning. And the dogs are in splendid form, I have to say. We're having a great start to our day, which is good. Good. The YouTube channel is, oh yeah, we're starting to get people jumping just now. Sometimes it can take a minute or two for people to join us. It's just starting now, which is good. Killa, good morning. How are we, bud? You well? This is River and centre in the camera. River is loving these conditions. And when I say loving, he has not stopped running for the last half an hour. Happy buddy boy. I know. Yeah, you shake it off. You shake it off. You're soaking it like a sponge, and they're all ice cold. This weather is it's very mild and pleasant in the air, but when these guys are wet, they're soaking and freezing. And yeah, I think we're going to need to keep our energy going, keep moving around as River's doing. We'll let him lead by example. Thanks for tuning in, Killa. How are we doing? Yeah, weekend was good. For us, we had a very quiet weekend. Sorry, I'll come back to that in a moment. I'm running around. I'm loving the confidence that River has here. In case you're new to the channel and you're not sure what's going on, I'm a professional dog walker. I work with about 25 dogs each week. We've got 8 of them out just now. They're all very familiar with each other. They're all very good with each other, as I'm sure you can tell. But the main topic I was just explaining, River, who is our newest dog, over the past few walks has just started to gain confidence with the team, having a good run around, looking for play, looking to be chased, looking to chase other dogs. It's actually quite a fascinating little dynamic that we've got just now. So we're enjoying seeing that unfold. We've got Juno right here and Alfie over here. You guys won't be able to tell on the camera. Juno's starting to make a move. Hey, sweet pea. Good girl, good girl. She actually made a move because there's a dog up behind us there. So she's just came in for a bit of security. Bring it in. Alfie. He's coming as well. They are loving this weather. Loving these conditions. So yeah, so basically, you'll all know that dogs love to sniff. I'm sure that's not news to anybody on the channel, but if it is, the dogs see the world through their nose, basically. Them sniffing and them taking their time going through a walk is basically the best thing that they can do to decompress, to relieve stress, to to understand the world, to figure out who's been here before them and is it a safe space and what did that particular person have for their tea 3 nights ago and things like that. And you might think I'm joking, but there will be some dogs with noses that can identify certain things like that. And when it's wet like this, so we've got like a real amount of moisture in the air, just in the air in general, and of course that then settles on these sort of, just flick them all off when I try to focus in on them. Like on all these blades of grass, they've all got little beads of moisture on them and things like that. And what happens there with that is that anything from a mammal point of view, like a river, like these guys, as they run through it, any deer, any badgers, any foxes, any little mice or rodents or anything like that, as they scurry through this grass, they'll leave behind a scent mark on the particular blades of grass and things like that. And then the moisture coming and just landing here just sort of traps it and locks it in place and almost acts a little bit like putting salt on your food as far as the dogs are concerned. So that tiny amount of moisture that we have on the ground is enough to like enhance all of the smells that are locked into the ground, and they do love this. So we're letting them do as much. I mean, River and Edith here are having a good old run around, but for the others, they're having a good old sniff. And a good example of that is Ruby here. She's following her nose, and we're kind of following her a little bit to an extent this morning. And likely what's happening is we're following the smell of something that was here before us, way before anyone was awake this morning. Probably some deer. They've been known to sleep here before. You see, she's just following her nose. We've maybe lost the scent there, and then we're back down trying to find it again. There we go. There's our little description of what's happening this morning. Harold, if you're going to do jokes like this, come on. Let's get them a little bit more original than that. Let's get them. Howling Wolf, no, we're not from Aberdeen, but thank you for your comment, appreciate you. Good morning. We are in Scotland, we are in Edinburgh. Alfie, Juno. And I've got my 8 dogs out. And they're in splendid form. Hey, no barking, thank you. No barking. Right, folks, so, good morning. Welcome along. If you're new here, understand a few things. Hi, Nell. Understand a few things. So when we get the dogs as well behaved as they are, and they're working hard for us, and they're doing all the things that they should be doing dog-wise, then they get a nice little reward for that. All the way through it. So they're getting a little training treat just now, because we've been out for a good half hour or so before we've came on the stream. And if you would like to contribute to them receiving a training treat, especially if you're watching on a mobile device, 3 buttons up here, click on that, you can like the stream. When we get 10, they'll get another one. When we get 20, they'll get another one. When we get 30, they'll get another one. You get the idea, right? You get the idea. So we're fattening them up before Christmas, so the more likes that we can get into them, the better, right? The more biscuits we can get in, the better. We'll continue to ramble along, ramble out my mouth and ramble with my feet, and we'll keep the team moving. They're enjoying this terrain, I have to say. Good morning, Frank, how we doing? And as we go, I'm sure the chat will sort of peak and trough as we go round. There'll be bits and pieces in there. We'll come to it sporadically throughout the session as well. We won't just focus on it extensively all the way. So if you do message us, I will come to it. I promise. And just so you're aware, I'm maybe just pointing the camera at 1 or 2 of the dogs, but my head is on a swivel, constantly looking around to make sure the dogs are behaving. There's no challenges, there's no threats, and we're picking the right options. And what I can see down here is another dog walker similar to me, with their dogs. So we're just gonna, they're coming this way. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna try and just sneak around the back of them without any of their dogs getting stressed and without any of our dogs getting stressed. And I'm sure that sounds easy. We don't want them to get too familiar with each other. Alfie, River, Edith, this way. Come on. You puppies. Come on, Bee. Come on. I think this will be easier in the rear view mirror. There we go. Keep coming, you lot. Keep coming. Do our best to try not give them too much interaction. The fewer things that we can say to them, the better. Then they'll respond better to me. Because I'm just not just constantly in the rear barking orders at them, so to speak. This way. What a day though! If you're a regular tuner into our video, if you're a regular viewer of our videos, you'll know that we've had an incredible spring and summer, and even the beginning of autumn has been beautiful. And today it's changed. No more blue skies, no more mild weather. I think this is the tipping point. Alfie, this way, bud. Good puppy. Good June bug. Morning, Morna. Just got a little wave of acknowledgement for going round the back of her there. We were speaking earlier about the dogs enjoying the smells. The old picnic table will be a good place for crumbs and bones and goodness knows what that people leave behind. We won't dwell here. You okay, Alfie? You alright, my boy? Hey, bud, we're nearly at 10 lights. You nearly get another biscuit. I know, you nearly get another one. I know. What time is it here? It is 11 AM, so it's very foggy. The fog is due to be with us most of the day. I think by about 3 PM the sun comes breaking through and it'll burn off a little bit, but yeah, this is it feels like the sort of scene of a murder mystery novel or something like that. You know, the fog on the hills. Hey buddy boy, you okay? Let me feel how wet you are. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. They'll all get toweled off, guys, don't worry. Comes off the sea, yeah, more or less. We're right on the, more or less right on the coast, and well, the UK as a whole kind of shares quite a lot of the same weather. So the sort of 500 or 600 miles from top to bottom is usually, if we get one set of weather, it's the case for everything. So this is just a big old bit of weather coming over from the sort of Atlantic, I think, and then it's with us for a few days. The Atlantic is off in the opposite direction. It has to cross all over all of Scotland to get to the Atlantic, because it's on the other side from where we are. We're closer to the North Sea, which is ironically on the east and obviously the north. Ernie, hi, how are we doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Oh, I must show you guys this. I must show you this. Can you guys see the cobwebs on this gorse bush from here? I wonder if you can see it if I come. Do you guys see them? You can see this one like edge on. Let's see if I can show you. There's just enough moisture in the air to like trap them and make it what am I trying to say, like make all the strands visible. Let's go up this way. We'll go this way. Good puppies. There's a better example. You see all of that? There are, there are literally thousands and thousands and thousands of these as we're walking around today. Incredible things. I was looking around and I was thinking, oh, that's a good one. That's not such a good one, you know, given the judging spider webs. What do you do on YouTube? Well, you'll never guess, right? I judge spider webs and people lap it up. Hello, Irina. Good morning. How are we doing? There's another one. There's a good one. Here's a good one. Right, okay, enough for the webs. I know that some people are not so. You'll be sort of scratching yourself, going, "Oh, is it on me? Is it on me?" Bernie, we are well. We're great, thank you. All the pups are in good form. We're enjoying this interesting weather that we've got today. We've had a good start to our week so far. The team are nice and responsive, and we're loving life, right? So hopefully that positivity is passing on through the camera, coming to you. But the team are in splendid form, splendiferous form. We are struggling to get that 10th like, though, I have to say. That's an interesting one. We're if you're tuning in, you're just joining us, remember to hit that like button so we can give the dogs a little training treat. Every time we hit 10 likes, 20 likes, 30 likes and so on, we'll give the pups a little biscuit to reward them for their good behaviour, pay their royalties, so to speak, for being the stars of the show. There we go, MC knows what we're talking about. Morning, dog man, how are you? Oh yes, I remember chatting to you from last week, MC. Sorry, I did not. Oh, sorry, we'll come back to you in a second, MC. Arnie's all of a sudden going a little bit crazy. Yeah, Alfie, what's wrong, buddy? What's the matter? Look at you still. She's like, I'm here for the drama. What's the matter with you, Papa? What is it? What is it? Uh-huh. Barney's quite an interesting character. Quite often on camera, he's a bit nonplussed. You know, he doesn't really, he's not stressed by much. He doesn't really kind of contribute. By the time that we've sort of started the live stream, usually he's had a run around, he's done his things, he's had a play. He's usually a bit knackered, to be perfectly honest. So by this point, it's fascinating. We'll go up this way, guys. Come on, Stanley. Keep coming, bud. Barney, let's put that energy to good use, young man. Come on. Come on. Good puppers. Good puppers. Fernando, hi. Good morning. Yeah, MC, I remember reading your comment last week about you with your guide dog. I hope our team are bringing a bit of positivity to your morning, whether it's just my voice or what you can see of the pups here. They're all, let me give you a painting picture, they're all being very well behaved. It's a very foggy morning here in Edinburgh, and I've got 8 pups out with me this morning. Alfie, come. It's just a guy in a high-vis running here. I don't want Barney to get too jazzy with this guy. Come here. Alfie. So we're going to use our time wisely. This 10th like that we've had. Hi. Yeah. The 10th like that we've had, we're going to use it to reward the pups. Now, take Barney's focus off of this guy running in the background here. Hey, River, I know. You sit nice for me, bud. Good boy. Good, you know. Good, Stanley. Well done, Barney. Good boy. Well done, Ruby. Good girl. Alfie! Hi, Danny. Who's that behind me? Who's that behind me? Hey, you want another one, bud? You get Alfie's one. Yeah, you can have it because he's missed out. He has missed out. For sure. Thank you to everyone who has contributed there. So that they've got a little training biscuit because we've hit that 10 like barrier. So whether I was live or not, they'd get rewarded periodically throughout the day for their good behaviours. But it's nice to include you into the process here. And so what we've done in the past is just made it for every 10 likes, 10, 20, 30. and so on. So we've hit that 10 like window. How are we doing? Samantha, good morning. I'm sorry, I don't know what your comment specifically means, but good morning to you. We've lost Alfie to that, whatever he was digging into. MC, not many channels like this, so keep going, fella. Thank you. Yeah, a strange sort of story behind this, behind the old start of the channel. I'm going to take Alfie's down here. Come on, bud. What's up here? You missed out on your biscuit. Look at that. Can you? Oh, maybe you can't hear, but as soon as I whistled, the rest of them have just came zooming in. Hey, bud. You missed out on your biscuit. Come on. What were you getting your nose into? So yeah, MC. Let's talk about the channel. So when I started the business back in 2018, at that point I was, what's the best way to explain this? There was a dog in my life that was a very important part of my life, and she was an old lady. She would have been about, I don't know, maybe 14 when I started the business, or thereabouts. She was really old. She was partially deaf. She was partially blind. She had lost all but one tooth through various operations. But she was hanging in there. She could get her way around the house. She was certainly not a hindrance or in any way feeble. She was just getting a bit older. And I thought to myself when I started the business, what's the best way, if I get a dog like this to look after, how can I explain to the owners how well they're looked after? Because I'd want to know how well she was getting looked after. I'm sure that makes sense so far. Hopefully you're keeping up. And so I came up with a few different things to, sorry, I'm going uphill, I'm out of puff. I came up with a few different things to ensure that the dog's owners got the best possible experience secondhand as they could get. And that started off with a story and pictures and videos and my GPS showing us where we'd been. And there was lots of people sort of saying, well, how would you know if the dogs had been out for an hour or not? And so on and so forth. So you get the idea. I was doing everything I can to build some trust with the owners. But they weren't seeing it firsthand. And I decided in my wisdom, hey, why don't I do a YouTube channel? And then people can see exactly what we do. So I used to bring my GoPro and I'd strap it onto one of the dogs. And then I'd hold it in my hand for a little while and we'd talk about where we were and what we did. And that was amazing. And we built up a little audience of people who were enjoying that, not just the owners. I suspect the owners watched one or two and went, oh, okay, I get the idea, Stephen. And then fast forward the clock to sort of last year, and I decided that editing these videos was incredibly time consuming and it was always making me fall out of love with the channel. And it was almost not worth it because no one was watching them really. We had a core of 5 or 6 people that would watch every video, and I just thought, is the juice worth the squeeze? But then it presented itself to me that going live might be an easier way to do it because I'm out here anyway. It doesn't require any editing. I just need to make sure the phone's charged really. And so we started to go live, and then the channel really took off. We gained about, I don't know, 1,000 followers in a few months just by going live with the dogs. And very similar comments to what you're saying, MC, that not many people are showing the dogs live. And yeah, so now we're at about 2,500 subscribers. We've reached every corner of the globe according to the chat, and we've been loving the process, loving the YouTube community ever since. But purely because I didn't have to do any editing, which would take hours. To make one video would just take so long, and if I was trying to do it every single day, it was excruciating. So I expect now that with AI and bits and pieces, you could possibly do something different. But anyway, I've chosen my domain. The old live streaming is good, and it what it does is when we're about. I mean, I know we've not really had any challenges today, but when things go wrong, it's interesting to use it as a tool to talk to the owners about and say, hey, go and have a look at, 26 minutes onwards, because this is when it started to go sour. This is when the team lost their focus or their concentration, or I took my eye off the ball, or what have you. And we'll be very grateful for those things. Look at River go. I'm going to say they're off into the sunset. That's not quite the right term, but they're off into the mist. Here they come. You puppies. He really came out of his shell. This is an amazing video for their owners to see today. Awesome. The rest of the team are just nonchalant about the session. No snap. Enjoying their delights. So yeah, what were we saying? Do I have any labs or goldens? Yes. So how it works, MC, I'll spin the camera around quickly so I can explain this. So you'll see, you may be able to tell, all of these dogs are of the same size wise. They're all about 10 to 15 kilos maximum, and that's really specific. So we take the little guys in the morning, and then this afternoon, once I get these guys toweled off and get them home, I'll then do a second round, and that'll include larger dogs. But it's kind of it's a mixture. It's a mixed bag. So the morning dogs are just the little guys, and then the afternoon can be anyone. But in the afternoon, because we have more bigger dogs, we actually do a longer session, and often we'll go to more difficult places. Often they're out of town, and then there's no phone signal to be able to go live. So I don't go live with the bigger guys as often as I do with the little guys. Purely because sometimes this is a suitable place for bigger guys to come, but not all the places that we take the small guys are suitable for the bigger guys. So there's a little bit of trying to get a balance there. So yeah, so we've got, to go back to answer the question, we've got 3 labs. We used to have 2 Goldens. Unfortunately, just things didn't quite work out with the 2 Goldens for one reason or another. One of them was well, an amazing dog, but quite hyper, shall we say. And because they came from the same household, they sparked off each other a little bit. They were a little bit too intertwined with each other, and so we ended up having to part company, because it was kept quite disruptive to the rest of the team. You'll see, although we've got like River and Edith having a little bit of interaction with each other, you can see River is okay being on his own, and Edith is okay, Edith's over there, okay being on her own. That wasn't the case for them. They had to be beside each other, and then if something went wrong, like a dog came over to us or something that was maybe a bit of an unwanted dog, it created a bit of, they were a bit of a team. So yeah. Yeah, so these are all MC. I've got 25 dogs on the books at the moment that I look after. Only one of them is mine, and he's not out just now. He's resting up for his afternoon session because he's a pointer. So we've got a few pointers as well, which are quite I was going to say common. They're not common. They've become a bit more popular here in the UK in the last couple of years. So I was certainly ahead of that popularity spurt, but the yeah, it's caught up now. You watch one channel go from 14k to 8k in a few months doing lives. Wow, that's awesome. I would love to even be at the lower end of that scale, killer. But yeah, the live streaming is definitely the way to. I think that it seems as if YouTube are putting more and more emphasis on some of the features that they're going to have with live streaming. One of them being that you can go live together with other people. And so, as an example, if you like gaming, you can game with someone else. You can both go live together at the same time on the same screen, so your audience aren't torn. If you're in a team with, if me and Barney are in a team and we've both got a channel, he doesn't have to stream separately and I don't have to stream separately. We both can stream on the same thing and grow our audience together. So, do you know? And then you can see her. Good girl. Good girl. Sit nice. Sit nice. Good puppies. Look at them. They're tooting great. I think this. We're only at 15 likes, but I think we can bend the rules a little bit. I mean, assuming that we can sit, boys and girls. Yes, good Juno. Good Edith. Good River. Good puppy. Oh, I dropped it. I dropped it. Good Juno. There you go. We'll get Rivers in a second. Ruby, you sit nice for me? Good puppy. Good puppy. Boy Barney. I've not forgotten you, buddy. I've not forgotten you. Did you get? I think you got the one that dropped. Now, did you get? I've forgotten already who got. Usually I say their names out loud and then that helps me to remember, but anyway. Well, that's for you guys for watching along with us. You're here for the peace. Yeah, rearing lug. How are we doing? Joe, Dartmoor. No, that was the place I was trying to think of earlier, Joe, Dartmoor. Yeah, no, this is Edinburgh. You wouldn't be able to tell, but let me just point out some of the monuments here. Edinburgh Castle's there, the Forth Bridges are over in that direction. Arthur Seat's just dead ahead that way. What do you mean you don't believe me? What do you mean? So yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I was encouraged by someone. I won't mention everything about this, but basically, I was encouraged that if there was some more drama on the channel, that the channel would grow quicker, and that involved like having controversial opinions about dogs and maybe being argumentative with people in the chat and being a bit more heavy-handed in the way that I would deal with things. You see? Good boy. Good. Good pups. I've got two dogs just coming up behind us here, which I don't really want to interact with, so we're just going to keep moving. Good, you guys. Yeah, so it's not for me. I mean, I don't know if I am an argumentative person or not. I think some people would say that I'd rub them up the wrong way, but as far as the dogs are concerned, I don't have the capacity to argue with people online. It's just not my it's not the way that I relieve stress. I have a far more, I don't know, maybe a more open view of the world than some people, and I won't just defend one thing vigorously till I shuffle off this earth. So yeah, so there's some people online that just become hyper focused on certain things, and just thought I'd give a more rounded view of what we do. You okay, Ruby? You got a grass seed up your nose or something? Oh, hey, hey, hey. Killer, thank you. But you don't need to keep doing this, but it's so kind of you. I appreciate you. Right now, let me see. I've been waffling, looking at what's on the horizon there, and not paying that much attention to the chat. Let me just see what's happening. Ah, hey, I love seeing your streams. I like how you work it makes sense, dogs. So MC, you've hit an interesting point. We talk about this on the channel quite regularly. Killa, you're so kind. Guys, let's get some chat. Let's get some love in the chat for Killa, who has donated very kindly some money to the stream, means that we can get a nice little treat this morning to keep us going on this miserable day. That's very kind. Thank you, bud. Yeah, so the gambling theory, the MC, this is an interesting one. So I will just explain it, because we use this analogy a lot, right? So in Las Vegas or anywhere where there's those flashing like sort of casino game things that you put £1 in, and then you get a chance to gamble. They don't pay out every single time. We're gonna go this way. There's a guy playing. Can you guys see? No. Do you see there? There's something there. That's a guy's foot. He's lying on his back with his legs in the air. The dogs don't like things that are unusual, and that's incredibly unusual, and we're not going to entertain. Now, come out the bush. Come on. We'll go this way. We'll go this way. So, what was I saying about the sort of gambling explanation? Yeah, the dogs are going to be rewarded for their good behaviour throughout the session, but when that pays off on their brain more effectively is when it's random, at random times during the session. So we're already kind of, if the dogs have walked with me now for even just a matter of a few walks, but usually it takes a few weeks, they understand that throughout the session certain things means that they get a reward. And those are behaviours like staying close, staying within sight, responding to their name, stopping play when they're in the middle of a bout of play. Alfie! So Alfie's coming here just now. So this is a great example for Alfie, right? So he's done well, he's came straight to me. Well done, buddy, but he's not going to get a reward. And why not? Because we need to sort of control that narrative a little bit, and we'll reward him maybe like every second or third or fourth time that he does that and he comes to us, because otherwise he ends up training you. So he'll just wait back like he did, he'll hang back in the distance, and then he'll only come to me when I ask him and when I give him some food. And we don't want that. We don't want that. So we're going to randomly reward those kind of interactions. And he's not fussed about it. This is Alfie here. He's not bothered. He's still walking with the team. He's not begging me. He's not looking for it. He knows that it's not happened on this occasion, so he'll have to just try again. And then maybe the next time, maybe the next time. So what actually happens there is that he stays incredibly engaged and focused on me throughout the session, so that when the time comes, good boy, when that time comes, he gets one. Now look at the way that the rest have responded. We're quite, oh, River. Buddy boy. Yeah, no, we don't jump, buddy. You're going to learn the harder way. There we go. Is it nice, buddy? That's it. Good boy. That's better. That's better. There you go, Roofs. There you go, B. Boys. Good boys. So what that'll do for his, I don't know if the word is dopamine or what, I'm not sure. But there's something in his brain that'll give a little chemical message to his body and say, hey, I really like when you get a biscuit there. I really like that because that feeds my brain. So do more of that. And over time, over the course of time, that behaviour just becomes second nature. That when they're asked to come, they'll come. When they're asked to calm down, they'll calm down. When they're asked to sit, in River's case, he'll sit. And it doesn't matter that they don't get it right every single time, because there is no end result here. You know, we just keep going and going and going with it. And just keep practicing it. And some of the dogs will get it so quick, and some of them will just need reminded time and time again. So it's fascinating. Respect, yeah. Oh, that is the way you work the guide dog. Oh, I was going to say, I suspect that might not be the. I think with them, when you're training the skill originally, you'll reward very regularly, and then when you're not training the, so I'm not training the skill there. I'm asking them to deliver the skill, and then so it's like, yeah, you can do this. I know you can do this. So you will be rewarded when it's suitable to be rewarded, not every single time. So yeah, so that's interesting that it works the same way with the guide dogs. I suspect that if come on, you keep moving. You're holding me down up on this little path. Yeah, if you're training a skill for the very first time, the first 50 to 100 reps need to be rewarded. You know, that would be my opinion. You know, the first time that we get it right 100 times in a row, that's when we start to think, okay, we can now maybe think about, so imagine this is Edith's first day with us, right? Edith! So there's one and a reward. Good. Go on. No, I want you to go away. Go on, do something. No, go away from me. Go away. You're too well trained. So yeah, so you get it. There would be the first one, reward. Second one, reward. Third one, reward. And we do that 100 times, and that would maybe take us a week or so to get that right 100 times. And then after that point, the brain is going, hey, every time I come to Stephen, I get a biscuit when he asks, when he does that funny whistle thing. And so it's instilled. What's the scientist called again? Pavlov's bell. There you go, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Well, that's been a fascinating and interesting session this morning. I'm gonna get the guys home if we can. I'm gonna try and get the. Oh, there's someone lying in the grass over here as well. I wonder if they're doing something. I'm gonna just call it a day because I don't like this. I'm not just saying that I genuinely don't like what's kind of unfolding here. So we'll get going. And lovely to chat to you all this morning. Lovely start to our day. Hope you have a great Monday. We'll be back again same time tomorrow for some more antics. Hopefully the weather's as interesting as it's been today. It's definitely been a fascinating one for us. And yeah, you guys have a lovely Monday. We will catch you tomorrow, if not before. All right, guys. Killer, bring it in, bud. Bring it in. There we go. And everyone else. That was a cuddle just for Killer. Right. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Well done, you guys.